Hi everyone, how you doing? Oh, my background doesn't make any sense. Hold on. And where's my trees? There we go. Hi. Welcome everyone. Thank you for the bits. Thank you, Tethered Clouds. Hi Alice. Hi Annalise. Hi Connie. Hi Lay. Panics Machina. Lots of people in today. Lulu, Olivia. Hey, how we all doing? Yeah, it's me, it's Green Char. I'm still vibing with this new color. Still will probably tweak it a little bit. But I think I look good. I kind of want to come up with a new outfit, like all together. Something different than this dress. You adore this color so much. I'm glad. You also think I look good? Hey. Thank you, bestie. Oh, that could be fun. Yeah, right, Froggy? Also, hi. Yeah, I've sported this dress for a while, and there are parts of it I'm really tired of. Like, it's a good design, but I'm kind of sick of the belt around it with the chains. I kind of want to do something different from that. And also, I don't know. It's just gotten old, I think. I feel like we could do something new. But obviously I need a badass full suit of armor. All my forms are amazing. Thank you, Gallon. And welcome on in. What kind of vibe am I looking for? Well, the one thing that's kind of become a signature for my design is the part of the dress that holds it up, that like crisscrosses around my collarbone and goes around my neck. That's always been a consistent part of my design, but everything else is up to interpretation, I think. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. 1.2k followers. I think I reached that a little bit ago. Or did I? Wait, was that the 1.2k follow? I didn't see it. Anyway, thank you. It just came up. Nice. Thank you for the brick, Moxie. Hi, welcome on in. Ow. Need to find a cool costume designer to commission? Yeah. I'm not too great with outfits. I can't just, like, come up with them. Good afternoon. Hi, Quiet. Welcome on in. Or Quiet Nama. I'm gonna call you Quiet, if that's okay. Sharmore. Yeah, Anna's the designer. You can do outfits except armor. Froggy is sad now. Thank you. I kind of suck at pronouncing people's names. You're gonna be pretty lurky today? Okay, love. I understand. Thank you for being here, regardless. Oh, you said you could design armor. You can't do outfits except armor. Got it. No other. Right. Okay. I totally did not butcher the interpretation of what you said there. Listen. In my defense, I'm surprised that you can do armor and nothing else. Hi, Terakami. Welcome on in. Okay, so Today we're working on Lilli Kat, but before we do that, I actually need to make a tutorial for someone. I made someone a tail for their model. Ah! What timing? Hi, Kiri. Welcome on in. Welcome in, Snick Raiders. Hi, how you doing? To all of you who are raiding in from Kiri's stream, my name is Shar.
Doing the classic dyslexic special move of reading the intention of a message in the exact opposite way.
Yes, that's me. Hi, my name's Shar. I make 3D models on this channel, and I was just discussing with my chat that I need to make a tutorial. One of my clients asked me to make a tail for their model, but the model I was working on was not the final version of their model. So I need to make a tutorial to show them how to take the tail that I made for them and attach it to a different model, aka their newer model. So we'll be doing that first today. What a coincidence, you were also making a 3D model. What were you working on today, Kiri? Anything to show off? Everyone go follow Expired Popsicle. She's super cool. She does professional 3D graphics and all different kinds of graphics and coding and all the stuff I don't understand. Yeah, another 3D streamer. To be fair, you're also dyslexic. Yes, exactly. Don't call me out on that specifically. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into explaining what I need to explain with the tutorial. Oh, but first we're gonna look at what Kiri has to share. Ooh, it's like a flight stick or something. Let me grab my window capture. Where is it? Do I have it on this screen? Am professional streamer. There. Oh my god. Help. There. That's what Kiri made. Still work in progress. Snick Studio is getting animation overrides, so joystick input can be mapped to animations of the model and moving the stick. Oh, that's super cool. That'll be fun. Flight stick to initiate to integrate into Snick Studio. Yeah, also chat, that's one of the cool things Kiri does, is she's making her own VTuber software. And it's open source and everything in Linux based. So check that out. It's called Snick Studio. There's a second image there too. Oh. I'm not sure which one I clicked on. Oh, that was... There we go. Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Hide that. Okay. Oh, welcome in, Zara. Meow. Alright, well. Yep. I was just thinking you probably gotta bounce. Thank you again for the raid, Kiri. I appreciate you. I'll have a great stream. Alright, I'm going to get myself set up in Blender here real quick. Jeez! So much violence out of nowhere. Really cool, makes you want a full flight suit, right? I bet you could do that. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. Alright, so like as I was saying, I'm going to just go through what I need to go through for the tutorial. And I'm going to use bits of my VOD to make that tutorial. So we're going to make a tutorial live. That's just going to be me explaining stuff as simply as I can, but as direct as possible, I think. Wait, let me check something. Add-ons. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You promise not to throw bricks during it? I would appreciate that, actually. Get your bricks out now, because I would appreciate, actually, less distractions while I'm explaining. You forgot doing that before. Doing what before? Is it useful for you too? You're watching? Nice. I'm glad. Renetta, hi. Welcome on in. Thank you for the catnip tea. Okay. How you doing, Renetta? Good to see you. Okay. Where's my, oh, it's capturing the wrong Blender window. It's capturing this. Okay. 3.6.2. That's the version number of the VRM plugin I have for Blender. So, let's start from the top. I made someone a tail, and they need to attach it to a newer version of their model. So I'm going to show you all how to do that. And we're going to use Anna's model as a test subject here. So, this is all going to be entirely in Blender. This is a tutorial for doing things in Blender without touching Unity. So if you're into that, this tutorial might be for you. So what you want is a modern version of Blender. I use 4.2.1. That's the long-term support version. And then I use the VRM plugin, the 3.6.2. But this could probably be done in any version. That's just what I use. So you got your model here. This is a fully working VRM model. It's already set up with spring bones and stuff, and like a whole rig and everything. And what I'm going to do is go into import and select VRM. So I'm going to import another VRM model. And for that, I'm just going to pick Jen's model. Our lovely volunteer, Anna, exactly. Or anyway. Okay, it might tell you, you know, about edit permissions. Apparently I had the edit permissions undefined on this model, but I'm the one who made it, so I know I have permission to edit it. Okay. So now we have another VRM model in the scene. What I'm going to do to make this less confusing is I'm going to grab the imported model by the skeleton and move it over out of the way on the x-axis by about 2 meters. Now we're not seeing them crisscross, and it's less confusing. That's exactly how close Jen wants to be to Anna. Exactly. Okay. Oh, that's way more hype music. Works. Okay. the objective here, I'm going to click on the tail, which in this case is one object on its own. If you need to separate it from this model, which in this case you won't, but you could always select just the geometry that you want and go and separate it and make it its own object. But in this case, I'm just grabbing this tail and actually I'm gonna move the bones first. So I'm grabbing the skeleton and I'm pressing L to select the chain that is the tail. Just that one. And I'm gonna move this over on the x-axis 2 meters again, so that's over here. And now while it's over here, I go up here to armature and separate bones. You can also just press P, apparently. So now this is separated into its own armature. So back to object mode. I'm going to select the tail as an object, and then shift select the skeleton we're going to. I almost forgot something, but actually we can do it later. Okay, I got them both selected with the destination one picked last. And then we're going to go object, join, or Control J. Now these tail bones are a part of Anna's armature. Next we can take the tail object and let me see if I can remember what I'm doing here. I'm gonna delete these lens shapes because I don't need them. Okay, I'm taking the tail object and shift clicking the destination armature and pressing Control P to set parent, and we're going to armature deform. And then it should automatically snap over to this armature because it wasn't like moved in the world. It has a local coordinate of 0. Now that that's on there, okay, it actually has the old armature on it still. You can leave that, but it's also possible to delete the old one here in the modifiers. But the main point is that the parent is now armature. You can't really even see what I should be showing this side of things. So the relations show that armature, this one, is the parent. And object type is object is just fine. And now if I pose this, it should go with, okay, it is except the, it has an outline. I just need to change the order of the modifiers so that the outline is on the bottom. Now I compose it. And then there, it moves. Okay. So, last thing, we need to set up the spring bones, because we had to redo that since it's on a new armature. So I'm gonna click the imported one and go press in to go into my sidebar, which is how I like to access my VRM settings. we go to the spring bone section, open that up, and then find where the tail parameters were defined. In this case, because this tail is so long, what I do is I have the start of it controlled more stiffly with downward gravity, and then the ending half of it has upward gravity, and it's a little more flexible. So I'm going to copy this. And I should have copied this over before I dragged the tail over, because now I've lost what bones were assigned, so I don't know exactly what part of the chain. But with a shorter tail, you won't have to do this shenanigans anyway. So I'm going to take tailbone, the name of that. I feel like I'm going a little fast now. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep checking back and forth here and copy things over. So tail down is the first one we're doing. I'm going to copy that, actually, that name. And then over here, I'm going to hit plus and add a new spring bone group. Name that tail down. And we're just going to copy each parameter. So stiffness is 0.9. Drag force is 0.8. Gravity is 0.10. Gravity direction is -1z. And hit radius is 0.01. And then we assign the bone. It's called tailbone. And then that part's done. Second part is this one, tail up. This is the added complication because this is a long tail. You might not need to do this. I'm just going to copy this over as well. Oops. Just so that the dynamics are the same. And they don't have to be exactly the same. You could make these however you want. When you're transferring the tail over, you might decide you want to make it more flexible. It's nice because you get to see it twice. Exactly. Copying the gravity. And the hit radius, I know, is still 0.01. If I can type. And I'm just gonna guess I made that transition right here-ish. I could check back later, but I'm gonna take tailbone 11, add that here. Okay, now it's got the copied spring bones on the destination armature. Last thing we need to do, and I almost forgot this, is you want to take the very root of your tailbone, and you want to make sure it's parented to the right bone on the skeleton. So over here in your bone settings, it's right under like object data, this bone. You want to pick it. It's going to show like edit bone here, grayed out, because its old parent was over here on a previous armature. So you're just gonna pick a new one, and I'm gonna do hips. It's gonna be attached to the hips. Now, if I pose the hips, okay, that's the spine. If I pose the hips, then the rest of the tail moves with it. But actually, because this is where it's actually at physically, I'm going to connect it to the spine, actually. So, bone, relationships, parent, spine. Now, if I pose that, tail should go with it. There we go. Okay. And that is it. All you have to do now is delete the rest of this model, which you don't need. It probably came with colliders. It will open up in a new collection called colliders. So you might want to delete those first, because if you delete the armature and the body, these colliders are just going to like pile up at the feet of your main mesh. You don't need them. So I'm going to select them in the outliner. Delete the colliders. And then I'm just going to select everything here. And delete that. So now we just have the tail on the destination model. I'm going to rename this as a test. Don't save over your old project file, people. And then we're going to select everything and export VRM. The colors almost match, right? I could probably tweak the colors if I wanted to. See what she looks like with a tail. It's that Shrumple. Alright. I hope I explained everything well enough. I'll probably go and highlight this part of the VOD later and send it to my client. And hopefully she'll be able to understand everything enough to figure it out. If not, she can always ask me questions. And then I'll, if I can make the tutorial good enough, I'll probably upload it on YouTube so that other people can see it. But let's go ahead and test out Anna's model now that it has a tail attached. You think if you had to transfer tails now, you could do it? Nice. And look at that. This is what Anna would look like with a tail. Yeah, imagine if I just color matched these ropes to be the rose red and got rid of like the purple hue, the purple off-white. This could be her tail. Thank you for the tea sip, Ronnie. You all can say this streamer is pretty charming. This is kind of peak. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. What if I just got rid of the clothing on the tail for her? Gave her this tail to play with? Every model is better with tails. Everyone should have a tail. Anyway, yeah, it's that simple. Should design a form with a tail. Have you not already done that? Silly. Unfortunately, this frog has grown out of his tail. Froggy, I'm pinning a tail to you next. Now we can all steal tails, yeah. It's pretty easy. And you didn't have to touch Unity at all for this. There are a lot of steps you can get lost on. Also, there's a couple things you could do to optimize. Like again, if I select the tail here, and I go over to the modifiers, I can delete this old modifier, which no longer has anything it's assigned to because I deleted the other armature. So it's doing nothing, basically. It might not even export because of that. I'm gonna delete that. You could also check your tail and realize that it's going to have a lot of vertex groups that are not related to the new model. But that's fine, because the only ones we care about are the vertex groups that keep it attached to these tailbones, which work just fine. But yeah, that's the process. You've got a tail design, can I make it real? You know, making tails is not that hard for me. If you catch me on a good day where I want to do a personal project, I could make your tail for this model, like in a couple hours, Anna, probably. Just build her one part at a time. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the wyvern part. I actually feel like your design would benefit from having less thorns on it, given what I've seen of your wyvern design. Like, concentrated on one side, and like maybe less around the dress. Couldn't you just shorten her hair when bored? Maybe. But I'm also proud of this hair. This is like some of the best hair I've made. And then the next thing, and then the next thing. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, this is good hair. I actually had to reference this hair to figure out how to do my Celestial model's hair. Because I did a really good job with this. The highlights look a little weird, but especially back here. You hate how it clips? What, with the tail? Yeah. Oh, no, and like the body and stuff, like the arms and yeah. No, you're right. It does clip quite a bit. It's the compromise we had to make for having, like, if I got too meticulous about the colliders and stuff, it would get stuck more. So there's like a certain level of like, yes, it should collide with this. No, it should actually pass through this. And I might not have found the perfect balance, but it's pretty good, I think. Okay, now that we're done with the tutorial, it's time to actually get some work done today. We're actually working on Lilli Kat again today, so let's see what we can get progressed on her model. Mara, welcome on in. Thank you for the tea sip. Anna just letting that Artanelico ref flying all over the place. I did good work with the tutorial. Thank you. I have no experience making tutorials. I only did it one other time to show someone how to transfer a hat to their VTuber model. I don't know if it ever actually helped. I don't think it did. Maybe I didn't explain it very well enough. Did you hear Artanelico? Yeah, if I'm saying it right. That's something Annalise is obsessed with. Okay, give me music that's less sleepy. This is nice, but... yeah. Anna has shown me much of that game series. It's pretty cute. Pretty interesting. I love how my music app doesn't want to ever load this playlist for some reason. The silence is eerie. Let's just go to the home menu and pick a different song. Thanks, you are also getting EP. Yeah. We need productive energy here. Alright, let's work on little details like the pockets, the chains, the pocket watch, the trim for this part, things like that. Oh, tutorial over, throw bricks. These girls gay. That's really funny if that's your way of, like, asking her out, Terracoffee. What did she mean by this? Which could mean nothing. True. If I remember right, yeah, this trim has 3D depth. This one, not so much. But they kind of look okay. I don't know. Oh. Understand that you're lethally gay. The gay has eaten away at your brain cells. Understandable. Hi, Starlight. Welcome on in. Speaking of too gay for brain cells. Did someone just say gay? Anna raises a valid point. It's gay, though. Hmm. Okay. Once again, need buttons. You love this song? Nice. Yes, there is gay going on. So, hi, Yuki, how you doing? And Amelia, hi. There's a lot of gay people in my chat, wow. Couldn't be me. Starlight cute. Kissing me. Ah! Love you, Lulu. Wait, how did this... Hold on. This is wrong. Stretched. These ones are normal, right? One of these. Ow. Is my hand being tracked in a weird or picked up in a weird way? Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Other than I'm using a different camera for testing purposes. Might be my... I'm on my shittier camera right now. I could probably switch it around on break. See if it still does it. Dear tracking cam, there's nothing there, thanks. Maybe it's seeing my hair in a weird way. My hair was falling over my shoulder.
Compliment.
Compliment? You want that compliment for yourself? Starlight, no other target? If I'm able to, of course I'm able to compliment such a cutie. Hi, Starlight. I really appreciate you being in my community, and I think you really have like a great energy about you. I think you're a compliment to this community, and I appreciate how adorable you are and how much time you spend chatting with us all. Thank you for being you, Starlight. Yeah, she does fit right in. Really happy to have her here. Oh yeah, I remembered I never quite finished texturing the face. Not happy with where it is at right now. Oh, we'll keep working on this. How do I want to add the pocket? Probably as its own mesh. Pocket on both sides. Well, I can't tell here because there's no pocket here. Can't tell there. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume pocket on both sides is fine. Cereza! Hi! How you doing, cutie fox? You're tired? Gosh, mood. Well, I hope you're doing well other than that. Always good seeing you. It doesn't really look right. Too tall of a pocket. You forgot to clock in. Hi, Meatloaf. Your time card is in shambles. Oh no. How am I gonna know how many hours you've clocked on my stream?
Compliment.
Oh, another compliment. Compliment for Jen? Sure. Hey, Jen. You're really cute. I really appreciate you. I'm happy you're a part of my family. Also, your model makes a good test subject. I used it for my tutorial earlier. Thank you for having cute designs. The elusive, flustered Jen. Yeah. I don't know. Why is this song so much louder? Please, music. Yeah, agenda designs are top tier. Especially that full goat one. Must have been some talented artist behind that. Perhaps even a duo with good ideas. I really don't know how I want to do this pocket. Pockets are annoying. Do I model it separate or... Oh my gosh, Mabis, hi! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, Raiders. My name is Shar. I am a dragon who makes 3D models, and right now we're doing just that. Currently working on Lilli Kat's 3D model. How was your stream? Get raided. Welcome, welcome. What did you get up to? Looks like you were playing Dragon Quest. Was that fun? Oh, Lily looking good? I'm glad. Glad you think so. We're just working on some of the finer details right now. Trying to figure out how I want to model Pocket in. Thank you for the T-sip. Appreciate it, Lay. But yeah, Mabis, if you need to rest or anything, I understand. But I really appreciate you picking me as a raid target. That's super nice of you. I'm gonna at least use the path tool to outline where I want the edge of the pocket to be. I'll figure it out from there. Hey, don't forget you started late. It's almost been an hour to work. Oh, you're right, you're right. Don't worry, my bot lets me know when it's almost ad break. But I appreciate the reminders. Was a good stream, got a lot done. Nice. Everyone, go check out Mabis. Very friendly being. Hmm. wait, wait, what? No. My bot. Oh my god, the captions. Bot. Oh. B-O-T. Amazing. Google Captions is so accurate. And there it is. Firebot is telling me it is time for break. So... I can't. I love how you just accepted it, like you're just like, I guess your button might have something in common. I mean, that too, honestly. That's the funny part about it. I also, like, my body tells me to get up when it needs to, so. But that's not what I meant at all. Okay, chat. At every hour, I go on a 5 to 10 minute break to get up and stretch. Make sure I'm not at the computer too long because that causes me pain. I have a chronic illness, which chronic pain is, you know, it's something to avoid. So I encourage you all to get up, stretch yourselves, get some water, get whatever you need. I will be back before you know it. And we'll work on Lilli Kat some more. I'm back. Thank you for the $3 revenue, Froggy. Appreciate it. Alright.
Yukis Now Flower just subbed.
Ah! Almost 2 years. Thank you for the sub, Yuki. That's wild. Hi, Lunk. Hi, Val. Get woofed at. Dang, that's almost $3. The $3 thing. Let's see. Turn that on. Now lower down. How you doing, Val? Arf. Lay's dollar bid brained rotted you. Wait, brain rotted you to the point you thought dollar was the wrong spelling and you were trying to do. That's amazing. You're alive. Oh, I'm glad you're alive. Ain't in there. Okay, that's still not quite right. I think I made her boobs too big. Or I curved the suit too much to it. Okay, close enough. I think that's about where the pocket goes. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Boobs too big. Jen does not understand this. There's no such thing. Oh, chat. That's about where I want the pocket, I think. Lucy! Hi, love! How you doing? Welcome on in. So many tails to bite. There do be a lot of tail havers here. How you doing today, love? How'd your thing go? Doctors was good? I'm glad to hear it. Especially now that you taught... Yeah! To anyone who wasn't here earlier, I just did a tutorial on how to transfer a tail from one model to another. I'll upload it on YouTube later. Yeah, I'm really glad for that too, Anna. It's such an easy to follow. Was it really though? Because I feel like I was very distracted through part of it, but I guess I did my best, so that's good enough. Or not distracted, but like, it was hard to keep my focus in check. I think I'm just projecting my internal battle of like trying to fight my ADHD when I'm staying on topic. I'm projecting that and assuming it came out really bad, but maybe I'm doing better than I thought. Alright, let's convert this to a mesh. And then we are just going to... I was definitely fighting, but you think it was still easy enough to follow. I'm glad. Lay's used to you being like, take the thing and do that and do it to that very vaguely, so you think your words were worlds better in fallibility. Thank you. I actually try really hard to articulate properly and like find the words that I need. I speak slower because of it, but yeah. Yes, I'm totally fine with you dating Terakami, Anna. Go for it. You blame my stream lovingly for causing this. What can I say? Lots of gay happens around me. Maybe next time, write out the steps for yourself so you don't have to think. No, Lay. No, you don't understand my brain at all. I cannot write out that. That would be 10 times the effort just to figure out what I'm supposed to write out when I could just when I could just let it spill from my brain and then try to
The
keep it all
lesbians are
together.
maybe in the chat and it's beautiful. They're gay, good for them. Me too.
The lesbians are lesbian chat. I love that. They're gay, good for them, good for them. These girlies gay, good for them. Long bacon. Hell yeah. I'm proud of all the gay people in my chat. But yeah, no, like I can't write things down. That's a big inability of mine. This is why I don't have like, I don't know, much in the way of like calendar or anything. I don't have to-do lists. And when I make a to-do list, I forget to check them, so it's not even like... Why did I... No, hold on. Congratulations on the girlfriend. How unexpected. You smiled so much hearing this. Me too. It was a good day. Good day to be gay. This is a win for the gays. Thank you for the lyric, Lay. I need a support mermaid. Yeah, I do. It's true. Wish I had one. No one expects the gay Inquisition. They're gay, and they may now kiss. It's beautiful. Okay. This is Pocket. Hmm. Okay. That's a pretty good pocket. I'll give it shading and detail later. Copy! You want to be my support slime? Hell yeah. You'll have to be able to write things down for me. Apparently that's part of the job description. Oh no. Do you regret signing up already? You'll try. Love you. You're cute. Thank you for the head pats, Cereza. Alright, let's have a little fun chat and make the pocket watch. Not sure how detailed I want to make it. Welcome back, Clay. Thank you for the hearts, both of you. Alright, let's add a sphere. True. Copy cute. Your little nap went okay? Hell yeah. Hmm. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hmm. Seeing the model in big orb always makes you laugh. Yeah. Wonder if I should get a proper reference for pocket watch. Because I don't have much to go off of here. But it's a pretty simple concept, right? When she looks at the time, watch out. Copy or silly. Um... Kind of hard to make that look right. With the auto shading. Smooth by angle. Wait. There we go. Nolan, hey! Yes, I'm a horned lady. You could say I'm very horny. I mean, I have horns. What am I making? We're currently working on Lilli Kat's model here. And if you see, she has an important detail in her pocket. So I'm making the pocket watch. Yeah, that looks like a watch, yeah. Much horn mini lady. Purple outfit, yeah. And green scales. That's the other new part. Okay. God, that's not a lot to go off of. But let's see here. Hmm.
Pat.
Thank you for the head pats. Yeah. Let's add this properly. Cylinder. Actually, can I just work with it flat for now? Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Professor Rora, hi. Welcome on in. Back from the doctor. Welcome back, Moxie. Hope it went well. I don't know how detailed I really need to make this. Of course, I can always turn off the subdivision, make it better. Ah. Hi, Claire. Claire cute. Alice cute.
Pat, pat, pat.
You're about to lose the fight to the EP, so you're off now. Have a good stream, bestie. Alright, bestie. Thank you for being here, Lay. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good eat. Thank you for the tea sip. Thank you for the bricks. And the head pats. Yeah, I think that's about right. I just want this part to be 3D. Just like, you know. Hmm. Now the outer edges are weird. Looks kind of like a spaceship. Yeah, a little bit. Grape! Hi, Grape. How you doing? Ah, you're getting me. I'm getting you. Grab you. Hi, kitty. How you doing? You're sick? No! Don't be sick. Where's my sad face? There it is. You shouldn't be sick. Okay, let's see what we can do for this. Texture-wise, I guess. Mark a seam right there. Also... Ow! How dare! And you need to replace your CPU, motherboard, and RAM tomorrow. I had to do the same thing. Chat donated some money for it, but it's not quite enough yet, so I need to figure out what I'm doing. Ah! But yeah, no, seriously. I need a new CPU eventually. And it sucks that that requires a motherboard. New motherboard, new RAM. A pain in the butt. And fairly expensive. Yeah, have a new PC for it, yeah. Alright, let's see how that unwraps. That's okay. This works, I guess. What part is this, actually? Oh, that's that. What about this? What's that? This could be better. Does it need new RAM? If I get anything remotely newer than what I'm already on, as I understand it, the standard is DDR5 now. But yeah, like Grape said, my RAM's DDR4, so I don't think the support is there. This is something I didn't know when chat donated me money. So I need to figure out how expensive it's going to be. And if it's too much, I might use the money that was donated to get that new monitor instead. But the monitor is less of a necessity now because I fixed the settings on mine, and I might be getting a hand-me-down, which has good colors. So the monitor is optional, though I would like a new one. CPU can wait, though it is a little more critical for me to update that eventually. You remember when AM3 had backwards compatibility with DDR2 memory? You did a pretty cursed upgrade with it? That sounds really cursed. And you need a new motherboard for the correct chipset, because the pins moved from the CPU to the motherboard. Wow. Yeah. At least RAM is the cheap. It didn't used to be. RAM used to be kind of expensive. But, I mean, I guess not really more expensive than other components, but still. It is annoying. That's more parts to replace that I didn't realize I had to replace. Which sucks. Okay, that's the rough idea of the pocket watch. I need to get its own texture. Computers are such complicated interlocking beasts, true. Heh. Why does it say jail full? What is wrong with my redeem, seriously? What happened? I need to fix my redeems. There you go, I jailed her for you. I don't know why it said full earlier. Yeah, get grape. Okay, I need a texture that makes this look like, if I wanted to get really fancy, I would do a glass texture, same as the glasses, and then have a face underneath with the, hands on it. But I think I could get away with a flat texture, especially since it's just going to be in the pocket and not really used. Like, look at this. I'm just gonna go down here. And we're gonna do a little of that. And then there. That's all we're doing, really. So... Need a texture for this part. Honestly, I probably could make this part flat. I don't know. But I need some kind of intricate design on this part. Right now, it's not. Hmm. Then we gotta figure out the chains. Hmm. Okay. That's a chain. And I have to figure out how to make it look good with as few vertices as possible. Because there's going to be a lot of these. True, Alice cute. Can I get away with them only having 4 sides on the tube? I think so. Okay, that should... It's probably as... Yeah, that doesn't work. So this is as low as I can absolutely go. Alice is cute when she flusters. Okay, that's the best I can do with a 3D chain. Let's see if that's gonna be too much. You're gonna get me! Why? What'd I do? I just told the truth. Alright, let's try something here. I'm gonna take a path. Put that there. And tackle hugging. Yeah, I like hugs. Alright, chain path. Alright, this needs to be... There we go. Okay. That's an excessive amount of vertices for a detail like this. It doesn't even look quite right because it's so thick. I could scale it down a little bit, but... I might be better off if I bake this into a texture and just make that like a like a cutout texture with the chain on it. That might be better. That's the general idea if I did make it 3D. Ugh. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go on another break. I need to get up and stretch. My body's hurting a little bit. So, don't go anywhere. I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. And we'll keep playing with these details, figure out what I want to do with the chain, that sort of stuff. And kind of don't feel like texturing the watch, so we might not get to that, but we'll see. There's a bunch of other little details I can still make, like the clasps on the suspenders here. I just realized the trim on the collar looks a little different than on both references. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. 10 minutes maybe. Okay, I'm back. Hi, chat. Hmm. Oh. You missed me. You just kissed me. Hi, Sexman. How you doing? I am also chilling. Hi, Synth. Hi, Lilli Kat. How you doing? What do you think of your model today? Still need to undo what? Oh, that. Yeah, I don't know how to undo that. 1 second. 1 second. Anna, do you know how to undo it? There we go. Okay, thank you. Um, anyways, it's looking good. Yeah. We're working on the little details today. Like, I made the pocket with the stopwatch. And we're working on potential chains. I'm thinking there's probably too many vertices in these chains for me to use them in 3D. I might need to make a 2D texture of that. You love the watch? Thank you. It's not finished yet. Obviously, I need like a texture for the watch face. And I'm gonna do like an intricate pattern at the top here. But the shape of it's down. Didn't even do anything and you undid that weeks ago. Yeah, Twitch is dumb. But still, it's just cute. You love watches? Yeah. I think it's really cute. It's a good addition to your design for sure. While I got you here, do you still want these, like little clasps on your suspenders? Like on the older design? The newer one doesn't have them on this art. I don't see them over here either. So it might have been replaced with the watch. I'm not sure. Nah, you don't want them? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You got the third chain instead. Or the fourth chain, I guess, technically. So there's like one randomly here. Oh, I didn't even realize that was asymmetrical. Interesting. One of the buttons goes down here. It's an interesting little detail. And then the chain connects to it like that. Huh. Suppose that's good for some visual balance. Yeah. Less work / not as ornate. Valid. Let me copy this again. Oops. Okay. Getting somewhere with that. What program do I use for the subtitles? There's a plugin for OBS for Google Captions. And yeah, if Anna could get the link. You just put in the plugin for OBS. And then there's some additional setup to get it to appear as what you call it, subtitles. It's pretty useful. Even though sometimes it makes me say but instead of bot. It can be a little inaccurate, but you know. Let's see. What else did I want to work on while I was in this area? So I need to add the trim to this. Definitely gonna have to start figuring out the UVs for the outfit, because I've just kind of thrown them all over the place. Yeah, by default, it just works for if people want to hit the CC button, but... Yeah. Oh, there's, actually, if you need help setting it up, there's a tutorial by Osio that, you could look up. It's like a 2-minute tutorial. It helps you set it up. Oceonics on YouTube. Sorry for being shy. No, hey, don't worry about it. Okay, I feel like I want to add more space to this texture. Also, I never UV mapped the shoes, clearly. Mm-hmm. Need to like organize. Let's see, new collection. Outfit one. I haven't even named any of my objects yet. Hmm. And, hey. Yeah, name my layers. I got it, don't you worry. Let's not overcomplicate the naming convention. Skirt frill. Skirt. Mm, uh, just gotta move these all to their own folder and name them something. Hmm. Okay. Wait, did I make... That's not even part of it. This is way too detailed. But whatever. Hmm. And then the hat. Can't forget the hat. Okay. Skipping the chains and the pocket watch for now. I'll select all this, and then, oh god. So this is the UV map situation I have for the clothing right now. Actually, hold on. Let me... So some of this belongs to the gold texture. UV chaos, yeah. What is this, the bell? Yeah, I don't need that. You've been meaning to ask since you placed one UV on top of the other. It doesn't really matter if they overlay. It doesn't. But if you want anyone to be able to understand your UV map and paint on it themselves, it's not a good idea to overlay them on top of each other. But yes, you can very much stack UV islands on top of each other to utilize the same part of a texture. It's very resourceful because your textures can be smaller. But the other thing is, if you're hand painting the model, like I'm going to paint in shading and stuff, so I can't just have like large parts of the mesh overlay or like overlap on each other haphazardly. Like what I have here, like this chaos, this isn't gonna work for me. But you can strategically stack things. Like one thing I do, see these repeating buttons? The UVs for those are just going to be stacked in the same spot because I don't need to texture the same button over and over and over again. They're going to be exactly the same. Single color stuff is fine, yeah. Also, like, even if you do make a detail, if it's like the same kind of part, they can share a spot. You know? Like the glasses here. They're, well, it's mirrored. But yeah, if I apply this mirror, the UVs will be stacked. Stuff like that. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so for example, I need to figure out how I want to lay this out. Because I do want hand-painted shadows and stuff. So I don't want them overlapping, because it's going to end up with weird, distorted shadow geometry in different places. Shading. Underside of the collar. Go somewhere. Top side. Be here. Alright, this is currently on its own material entirely. What do I want to do about the shoes? Should I add white to this texture somewhere? Probably. I don't have a lot of room for that, but could do that. Let's see, color can just be... should this be... have depth to it so that I can have an inside darker? I'm not sure. Actually, no, I see how I want to do this. Mark a seam here. We're gonna unwrap that. Wait, why is that still one piece? Hello? Mark seam. There we go. How do you make it so it highlights the part you were grabbing in the UV? It's, this button up here. Do you see this, it's like two arrows going in opposite directions? It's the UV sync selection. If you toggle this on, then it will show you all your UVs, and then you can select it here, and it will also select it in the 3D view, and vice versa. So I can, like, for example, go and select here, and it's synced up. Then you can untoggle that if it's getting in your way, and you just need to handle them normally. It's great for finding where things are, and what belongs to what. That's the main thing I use it for. You're welcome. Blender crashed? Oh no. That's not good. Happens sometimes. This is why I save so frequently, chat. Okay, that's the upper chest. Why is that different? You gotta get pulled away for a work meeting. Thank you for doing the work. And you can't wait to see more? Yeah, I'm glad you were able to swing by. Thank you for giving me input. Have a good time at work if you can. I don't know why I say that. Who has a good time at work? But I still want to wish people well. You don't? You mean hi? Hi. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, that's part of the hat. That's in a weird place. Probably gonna want that somewhere different. Yup. Eh. There we go. Actually thought I'd have more on the pink area. That's why I made it so large initially. Guess the skirt could have more space. It's the blue and the black areas that are really messed up and I need to organize better. Currently the shoe is on its own material, but I want to change that. Mm. Uh, yeah. This is tedious work. Alright, I never actually unwrapped these buttons. This is a situation where I should have done it before I duplicated them. That's okay. We can just roughly stack them. So I don't really care. The way I'm gonna do the texture isn't gonna be imprecise, so they don't have to actually line up correctly. Hmm. What's this part? Oh, that. Um, guess that could just be a square for now. Wait, which side of this connects here? Why is this? I don't necessarily need this line here, do I? Yeah, that'd be fine like that. Okay, we're making progress with the UVs. They're no longer overlapping themselves so badly. What's this part? Oh, right, the top of the hat. Okay. That area is sorted. Now we just have the light blue to fix up here. All right. There's this? Um... Hi, Lulu. How you feeling, hun? I feel like I should just leave this as it is. And I can work on, yeah. We'll just leave this UV square. That's workable. It's already a repeating pattern, so that works for me as well. And then we got the hat. Wouldn't this be better as one part rather than split in half like that? Ah, Bun! Hi! Welcome, Raiders! My name is Shar. I'm a dragon that does 3D models. Right now we're working on a model for Lilli Kat. How was your stream? I poked my head in earlier. It looks like you were doing some drawing. As per usual. Hi! This is the first time you've raided me, if I recall. It was going well, but OBS started freaking out, so you figured you should end. Ah, that sucks. Well, hopefully you still got some, good progress in. Yay! Well, I guess it works out, then. You may have had to end early, but you got to raid me. Do you, blah, 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 blah. Do you have any progress on the art you were doing that you want to share? A little bit of art tax? Links are allowed in my chat, so you could drop something if you want. I love your art, seriously. Would very gladly show it to the rest of my chat. In the meantime, chat, go follow Bun Bundago. She's a great artist. Seriously. Some truly unique and awesome work. Here's your art tax. Okay, let me look. And then I should have... Did I get rid of my browser source on this scene too? I don't know why I did that. I guess I'm re-adding it here too. Oh, this is really pretty. Look, chat. Crop this down. Whoops. I always forget what button that is. Look at this! So pretty. I love it. That's, absolutely beautiful. I like the details on her skin. And the way it catches the light. But yeah, let me make sure. Did we shout you out? I think we shouted you out. Well, let me double check. I'll just shout you out again. Oh yeah, no wait, yeah, we did. I remember now. Well, it can't hurt to shout out twice. Well, if you need to go rest after your stream, I totally understand. I'll be right here working for a little while longer. And thank you for trusting your community with me. Or trusting me with your community. Whatever the heck. Words. You can tell I'm getting to towards the end of my usual streaming time, because I'm starting to have brain mush. Okay, have a good night. Okay, I'm just gonna... Whoa. Of course. Set this aside for a moment. Actually, can I make that a better shape? Yeah, here we go. That's not necessarily better, but gets it out of the way. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. This part shouldn't even be visible. There we go. You get mushy about me. Oh, is it break time again already? Alright, we're gonna go on a short break. Definitely only about 5 minutes. And I want to come back and finish what I'm doing with the UV mapping here. And then we'll worry about when we're rating out. So I'll be right back, everyone. Stick around. Okay, I'm back. Okay, back to the UV mapping. Let's see here. Alright, that's that part of the color. Hmm. Okay. These two parts. Oh, that's the tie. So the rest of that is too. I feel like I'm gonna want the tie to not be mirrored. So let's go ahead and apply the mirror. And then unwrap this again. And we gotta find an appropriate place for this. Oh. Alright, that part I'm gonna want like up here or something. You know, organizing this stuff can actually be pretty relaxing sometimes. There are times where I'm like, UVs. There are other times where it's like, you know, it's kind of nice to, like, put this together like a puzzle. Mm, Okay. That's the blue area organized. No. Chat, do you ever expect a kiss from your partner and then she licks you instead? Love you too. Yes. Yeah. Ow. Thank you for the brick. Thank you for the tea sip. Having physical access to partners all the time seems nice. Ah, I wish you had it too. It is really nice. You'll do both. On the bright side, you're gonna have access to one of yours in the coming ooh, really? Well, nice. Glad to hear. Okay, clothing, UVs. Gotta export that. We'll go over here. The partner battle pass. That's the best way to describe it. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna drop that there. Now, the only change I really need to make here at the moment is we grab this area, which is the shoes. And we gotta get the, shoe color on here. There we go. And now it just works. And what I can do from here is in Blender, I can paint in where I need all of these shadows to be. And it will go right onto this texture and already have the right colors and everything. It's giving you FOMO. Oh no. Just found out today that she'll be here tomorrow. You thought it was just a possibility, but apparently you misremembered. Wow. Somehow I feel like only you could, like, be unsure about arrangements with a partner like that. Three weeks, you're jealous. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I'm gonna have a snoodle in my house for 3 weeks. It's gonna be so cute. Okay. Shoes have proper material applied. Oh, I never did the pocket. Whoops. Guess I did, I just... No, it's not in the folder. I didn't do it. Now I have to compare this to everything else. No. It's a mess again. It's okay. We got this, chat. That there.
Pet, pet, pet.
Move this over here, I guess. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now, you can see no visual difference, but now the outfit is prepared for that texture painting that we're gonna do next time. Okay, chat. I think this is a good place for me to wrap up for the day. So let's do a little recap here. Today we did the UV maps for all of the outfit, as well as we made the pocket watch. Looks like this. Still needs to be textured. And then we made some chains, which I might not leave them in this 3D form. I might bake them to a texture. But yeah, those are made now too. Wally, oh gosh, you just arrived. Cute as heck though. Rawr. You're cute. Well, we're gonna find somebody to raid. But this was pretty good progress today. I'm pretty happy with this. Let me see who all I got up right now. I think I had someone in mind. Let me see if they're still alive. Oh, and Lucy's live now too. Could raid her. Hmm. Options. You know what? I'm gonna go with my original raid target. Because this is someone I've never raided before, and they're in a big cool collab. And also this game looks interesting. Yeah, bunch stream over, and mine is too. Thanks for being here though, even though you didn't realize you were until just now. Okay. We're not continuing the art vibes today. I am going to raid Dandy Floss, because I've never gotten to do that, and she's in a big collab with OCO, Yomi, and someone I'm not familiar with. Someone I should probably follow. And they're playing Peak, which looks pretty funny. So we'll check that out. See how that is. Guess you're going on another raid. Wee! Yes. Alright. Let's do my socials and stuff. if you've enjoyed spending time with my community and me, we continue those same vibes over in my Discord channel. I also have a Blue Sky for you to follow. That's my primary social media. And if you're interested in my 3D model work, you can follow my VGen. Eventually, my commissions will